In this video, I'm going to show you how to relieve tight hips in seconds. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. In this video, we're going to go over 4 easy exercises that can quickly relieve tight, achy hips, even in as little as 30 seconds. A note about these exercises, each one works just a little bit differently. They're going to target different muscles, be shown in different positions. To get the best results, go through them all, use what gives you the most relief. With that being said, let's get started. Here's an exercise that I call the butt wiggle. Not only is this one good for tight hips, but it's also going to work the back and the pelvic floor. It's kind of like an all-for-one exercise. We're going to start on all fours on a floor, just like this. I would put a pillow, towel, something underneath your knees for extra comfort. So let's break this movement down to make it a little bit easier before we get to the good part. The first movement is a modified cat-cow. So what you're going to do is take your belly button up towards your spine like this while rounding the back as much as you can. You should feel a ton of muscles across the back start to fire. You're going to hold this for just a brief second, and then you're going to allow the stomach to sag downward towards the floor. It just hits the back and the pelvic floor just a little bit differently. Let's do this maybe about 5 to 10 times to start off with, just to get everything warmed up and loosened up. So now what we're going to do is build into the butt wiggle, the fun part. So what I'm going to do while doing the cat-cow is start to move my hips from side to side. Really focus on trying to activate those hips and engage those muscles around the hips as much as possible. So what I'm doing right now is pretty much going from right to left in just a nice fluid motion. And I'm going to do this roughly about 5 times. And then I'm going to switch it up and start going from left to right just to hit it a little bit differently. Again, repeating that about 5 times. From there, let's go into some more motions to take this one to the next level. So what you can do is kind of like a hula hoop motion. So just a nice big wide circle with your hips. I'm doing this counterclockwise about 5 times, and then I'm going to switch it up and then do it clockwise for 5 more times. From there, try to experiment with as many different movements as possible. Treat this like a 3D exercise. So go diagonally with it just like this. You can go left to right. You can also go backwards like this. I would just try to find that one certain movement, like let's say just going back like this towards my right side, just really attacks tightness around the hips. At that point, treat it like your weak link and throw more repetitions in. But keep doing this over and over again until everything is nice and loose. Here's a really easy exercise that you can do seated. So this one is perfect to do at work. It's known as the seated pigeon pose or figure 4. What you're going to do is sit right here at the edge of a chair with very good upright posture. Have your back as straight as possible during this exercise. Whatever side that you have the most amount of pain or tightness, let's say it's your right side, you're going to place that side's ankle over the other side's knee. So when you look down, it should look like a figure 4. I know a lot of people are going to struggle getting into this position because you have really tight hips. So this is how you can make it easier. Straighten the other side's leg out like this, put your ankle over the other side's shin, grab your pant leg or in front of the shin and slide it up into position. But a telltale sign of tight hips is because this knee right here, the bent knee, will be pointed straight up towards the ceiling. You won't be able to lower it like this because those muscles will let you know pretty quickly it's not comfortable. So what I'm going to do to loosen them up to begin with is take my hands and cup around that bent knee and take this knee towards the other side's shoulder. So I'm taking my right knee towards my left shoulder. As you do this, you're going to feel a deep stretch form right here over the hips. This is going to target the glutes, probably the most important muscle group when it comes to healthy hips. You're going to hold this comfortably for 20 to 30 seconds. You're going to relax, and then you're going to repeat this 3 to 5 times. And with each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. So this is how we're going to take it to the next level and not only help lengthen, but also strengthen these muscles. So we're going to take this bent knee and press it down towards the floor. Don't use your hands. Use your leg strength right here to press it down as much as you can until you feel a really good activation of those glutes. You're going to hold this comfortably for 5 seconds. You're going to release it and then repeat this 5 to 10 times. Again, with each repetition, challenge yourself to build into it just a little bit more. If it does feel like it's helping out quite a bit and you have a little bit more energy, you can always throw in as many repetitions as you like. Just remember, whatever you do on one side to always do on the other to keep everything imbalance. Here's an exercise that you can do in bed or on a floor. We're going to begin by doing what are called windshield wipers, one of the easiest ways to stretch tight hips. Lay flat on your back with your legs roughly hip width apart, knees bent, feet flat. You're going to slowly take your knees down towards one side until you feel a really good stretch form in the hips. Really focus on trying to move through the hips as much as possible. Once you feel that, you're going to hold that for a second or two, and then just like a windshield wiper, you're going to go towards the other side. Do this nice and slowly for about 10 to 15 times in both directions. And with each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. To get a little bit deeper of a stretch, what you can do is take one ankle and place on the other side's knee, right on the outside of it. And you're going to hook that knee and now take this top leg right here and passively pull that knee downward towards the floor as much as possible. You should feel a deep stretch form on the outside of the hip. Usually feels really, really good. It'll really help target those glutes. Hold this one comfortably for about 20 to 30 seconds. You're going to relax, and then you're just going to repeat on the other side for 3 to 5 times in both directions. So let's take this exercise to the next level and focus a little bit more on strengthening to get long-lasting relief. What I'm going to do this time around is take my knees upward towards the ceiling, have them bent roughly at 90 degrees. You're going to then do that windshield wiper motion. So what you're going to do is just focus on lowering your knees down towards one side as much as you can, again focusing on moving through the hips. This time around though, those muscles are really going to fire to stabilize this movement. I pretty much feel it in my core, my back, and my hips. Let's hold this one for 5 seconds, and then you're going to repeat on the other side. Do this 5 times in both directions, but if it feels like you have a little bit more energy, try to throw some more repetitions in. So the next movement is really going to focus on building strength around the core, back, and the glutes, everything that will help support the hips. This one is going to be a pedaling motion just like this. So think about pedaling a bicycle. You're just going to do light pedaling motions to begin with, and if you want to make it more challenging, straighten your knees and pedal out further from your body. But try to do this for 5 seconds, but if it feels like you have some more strength, you can do this for a lot longer of a time. Work your way up to 30 seconds if you're able to. If you need a breather, just relax and then try to repeat this about 5 times or as many repetitions as you like. This exercise is going to be a little bit more advanced, but if you're looking for a really deep stretch to help relieve tight hips, this is it. It's called the 90-90. To get into position, what we're going to do is start on a floor with one leg straight out in front of us, knee bent at 90 degrees. The other leg is going to go straight off towards our side, knee also bent at 90 degrees. The great part about this exercise is it's going to focus on hip rotation, that turning motion of the hips. This front side is going to be externally rotated, while this back side is going to be internally rotated. So what we want to focus on doing is taking this front knee and pressing it down towards the floor as much as possible. Try to keep this front leg as flat as possible during this exercise. But in this position, you're probably already going to feel a very deep stretch forming, especially off to the side, that you have the most amount of tightness. But this is how we're going to take it to the next level and get a deep stretch into this back side. What you're going to do is focus on taking this back hip and pressing it straight down towards the floor until you feel a really good activation of the muscles around the hip, groin, and pelvic floor. Once you feel that, you're going to hold this and now take the hand on that side and reach straight across your body. So what you want to do is just reach towards the other side as much as possible. As you do this, you're going to feel those muscles start to engage. So build into this one slowly and only go to the point where it's comfortable. Once you feel that, you're then going to take your chest right here and then rotate it down towards the floor. This will really intensify it, and this usually feels really, really good. You're going to feel a great stretch. Hold this comfortably for 20 to 30 seconds. You're going to relax, and then you're going to repeat this 3 to 5 times. And with each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. And then from there, you're going to switch sides and repeat to keep everything in balance. If the exercises help, please support the channel by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.